One of the things that destroys many membership sites before they have a chance to get off the ground is the content. If you're not providing high value and useful content, your membership site is going to crash and burn, plain and simple. You need to be able to provide something that means they have to be a member. If I can get whatever's in your membership site elsewhere just by typing to Google, why would I have to pay money to you to get it? It's got to be high value and useful content, and that's where a lot of membership sites fall down. They use any old rubbish, they use out of date or plain wrong information, and because of it, they suffer and struggle and end up folding. Ideally, when it comes to creating your membership site, unless you're doing private label or master resale sites, but even then, this really does apply. The content needs to be unique to you. If it's unique to you, then there's a reason for people to be members. If they can get it anywhere else, or if you're reselling stuff I can get from a dozen other sites, why would I want to join your membership site? This is all about adding value and useful content. If you're the only place I get it from, I've got to come to you to get it. You can use stuff that can be found elsewhere outside your site, but don't make it stuff that's commonly known or easy to find. If it is, then why would people want to join? If you get members and they realise that the content you're selling them, they can find in Google in 2 minutes, they're going to leave. You're going to have a high subscribe rate. So make sure the content cannot easily be found elsewhere. And by creating unique content, you ensure that. I would also recommend providing regular updates, particularly obviously if you're doing a monthly membership or weekly membership, then you are going to be finding these updates. But even if you're just using a membership site as a delivery mechanism, then by updating your product and adding bonuses, you're getting people to come back to your site, which means you can market to them and you can earn more money from them. So the regular updates gives them a reason to come back to your site with displayed login and one-time offers, which a percentage of them will buy. This one's very, very important. Again, this is another one where membership sites fall over. Always deliver your updates on time. Don't, sit there and go, well, I can't be bothered, I'll give it a couple of days. Make sure you're prepared and your content ready well in advance, because if you do that, then you can keep members happy. As soon as content starts to get late, members get edgy, you get people unsubscribing, you get people dissatisfied, and that's not what you want. Your very first month, when someone first joins, that's the most important month for them. That's where you will lose the most subscribers. So you need to make sure that you give massive value in that first month. You want to really over-deliver and make people go, wow, this is incredible. Make sure they know what's going to come up in future months and weeks, so that they know that they have to stay a member. You don't want to give them everything all at once and they go, well, I don't stay a member, they'll cancel. You want to give them loads of value, and they give them lots and lots of reasons why they have to stay a member. It's very, very important to listen to the feedback from members. A lot of membership site owners don't do this. Your members know what your niche wants. They're very, very good if you can listen to them. A lot of successful private label rights clubs, for example, will get their content, topics and ideas for keywords and niches from the members. That's a very, very powerful way of doing it. Now, it's a two-way stream. Your members get what they want, and you, as the membership site owner, don't have to sit there and go, right, what are we doing this month? You've got ideas coming out your ears from your members. But the feedback encourages interaction, builds a sense of community and loyalty to you and the site. And that can really, really help you. Now, when it comes to providing content, you can either write it yourself. Now, obviously, that's going to take time. How much time it takes depends upon the membership site, but you could do that if you want to. If your budget is limited, that may be where to start. You could hire or interview experts. Depending on the niche, many experts will be more than happy to interview. It promotes them and boosts their ego and boosts their business. But you could even hire some experts, maybe paid a percentage of the profits. Alternatively, you can hire freelancers. Get a decent freelancer And again, not going to go into details about how you do that. There's plenty of other information on that. But get a decent freelancer, get them to create the content for you. That's probably, these two are probably the best two, because it frees up your time. Obviously, it could cost you money, particularly hiring freelancers. One of the best forms of content is what we call user-generated content. This is where your users create the content for you. They submit articles, submit other information. That works as well. If you can get your users to generate the content, it can save you lots of time. Resale rights products, you can always use some of that. Remember, with resale, master resale rights products, they tend to be branded with other people's sites, so they are going to promote other people, not necessarily you. So you could use them if you need to, if they're appropriate. The other alternative, and this is my preferred option, is rewritten private label rights material. Pick up decent private label rights material. You can often find it's really cheap. Just use that. Just rewrite it and use it for your niche. Obviously, do a bit of research and make sure it's very, very high value. You can often take a single PR product and turn it into a complete training course. Now, the format you use, whether it's going to be audio or books or video, it's up to you. It depends on your niche, depends upon your skills, your budget, your equipment, and so on. But you've got to make sure you provide high value content. It's got to be ideally unique for you, it's got to be good quality, and it's got to be something that people go, wow, this is so worthwhile. You don't want it to be anything where they look at it and go, yeah, whatever, because that means unsubscribed. So make sure it's good quality, and this gives you some hints and tips on where to find the content. Now, obviously, writing yourself is cheap, it's pretty much free, but it takes up your time. Your time obviously has a value, so you may want to look at outsourcing it if necessary. But provide good quality content, and your members will stay loyal, and more importantly, stay paying members. Every single membership site will suffer from attrition. There will be members who will stay members for months or years, but there will be many that turn over and leave. Now, typically, average membership lifetimes, they vary. It could be anything from a few months. Sometimes it's sort of 3 to 6 months in most membership sites. With sort of PLR and resale rights, it can be higher, particularly if you're providing good quality information. But you need to understand your attrition rate, because you obviously have to keep adding new members in order to ensure that you have a decent level of membership and so earnings for you. So what you need to do is monitor your unsubscribe rate. Check each month how many people unsubscribe, how long they've been members, are they new members, are they old members, and understand how many members you lose. If you know how long your members stay a member, then you can work out how much a member is worth to you on average, which means it'll help you understand how much you can spend advertising. If on average a single member is worth, say, $100 to you, then you know anything up to $100 to acquire that customer is a fair deal. You're going to make money from it. But if you're spending $150 on to acquire a customer, and your customer is only worth $100, then it's not worth your while. So understanding all this helps you understand how much money you can spend on things like advertising. If you find your unsubscribe rate is too high, then you may well have a problem with your content. If lots and lots of people unsubscribe after a particular month or after a particular piece of content is being delivered, then the chances are that piece of content is substandard, and that's why the people have unsubscribed. So you need to understand that. You need to monitor this, because if you suddenly see a spike in unsubscribes, there's a problem. So you've got to look at that, because if there is a problem, then you need to fix it, and fix it quick, so that you can make sure your members stay members for longer. If you have high value exclusive information, then your members are going to stay members for longer. You can keep them as members much, much easier than if you're providing stuff that can easily be found elsewhere. People pay to join a membership site because they're after value. What you will find, and this is typical for all membership sites, is the majority of people will leave in the first month. And it doesn't matter whether it's an offline membership site, like a gym or a magazine subscription, they all find the same thing. The majority of people will leave in the first month. Now that's not a bad thing. It means for you, the people that stay are quality buyers. It also means that the tire kickers and the people that aren't as committed have left. So you've got a good quality list left. However, if you provide an awful lot of value, real great value straight off in the first month, then you can minimize that rate of attrition in the first month and keep people staying longer. One of my favorite tricks with a membership site is to offer random bonuses and random bits of information. Not saying, right, well, it's a Thursday, let's give them some information. It's random. One week there might not be anything, the next week there will. And that helps keep people as members because they never know what to expect and what they're going to miss out on. And if you condition them to that, then they'll stay members for much, much longer than they might otherwise have done so. Now, if you want to retain members, then you need to understand your market. If you know what your market wants and delivers it, then it's going to help you to retain your members. You also want to be sure that your members are clear on what they are getting. You don't want people to read your sales letter, think they're getting one thing, join your site, all excited and wow, this is going to be incredible, and realise that they actually get something completely different. If that's the case, you're going to have a massive attrition rate. So ensure that your sales letter basically tells people what's inside in a clear and easy to understand way so that they know what they're going to get. Ensure that your content is always delivered on time, every time. Once content starts to be delivered late, your members will get edgy, they'll start to wonder why, and you can find that it starts to erode your reputation. If you are going to have a problem delivering content late, on time, it's going to be late for reasons outside your control, contact your members and tell them and say, I do apologise, and give them some sort of freebie in the meantime. If you ensure that quality is always very high, then that also is going to help retain members. Low quality membership sites will find people just out the door. Make sure it's high quality and people are much, much more likely to stay members for longer. If you can encourage feedback and interaction with your members, then that also is going to help you to retain members to your site. People feel that sense of community, they feel you care, they feel a sense of belonging, so they're likely to stay members for much, much longer. Encourage them to interact with each other as well, if it's appropriate. If it's a site for non-internet marketing niche, set up a forum or other method for your members to chat. You'll find that may well help significantly in keeping people as members, because they'll get to know each other and they'll enjoy that sense of community, particularly if you join in and you help. This sense of community is vital for people. People want to feel they belong somewhere, and this interaction with other people interested in a niche, absolutely vital to them. When you get people unsubscribing, it's going to happen. It will happen to you. It happens to us all. Just contact them and say, hi, I'm the owner of this site. I understand you just unsubscribed. I appreciate that you don't want to be a member anymore. That's fine. But I'd just like to understand why you don't want to be a member, if you could tell me, please, so I can improve my service and deliver higher quality to my members. Quite often you'll find that many people will write back and say, well, actually I left because of this, that or the other. Sometimes they simply can't afford to pay for the membership, so they cancel it. Other times it's because they're genuinely unhappy. Now, I've unsubscribed from a few membership sites and thought, do you know what, this is rubbish, I'm not staying here. And the owners never once contacted me to say, well, why did you leave? And if you don't contact people to understand why they've left, how can you improve your site? So all of this information is going to help you to retain members. And remember, if they're paying on a monthly basis, the longer you keep them, the more you earn. So it's in your best interests to retain members for as long as you possibly can. Because once you've acquired them, you've gone to all that effort to acquire your members, you want to keep them there for as much time as you can, providing them with quality in return for them paying you. When you set up a membership site, there are some common mistakes that most people make. The aim of this video is to help you avoid making those mistakes so that you can maximize your revenue from your membership site. Now, the first mistake that many people make is bad marketing. They don't market it properly. That means they may not rank one of the search engines, they may not have a good pay-per-click campaign, or whatever it might be. If you can rank well and you can market your site well, then obviously you're going to do well as a membership site. A lot of people as well don't understand their niche, so they present the information in the wrong format for the niche. Now, they may, the niche may be particularly responsive to video, but they're trying to deliver books. Now, of course, that isn't going to work. So what you need to do is understand what your niche wants and then give it to them. And the more you do that, basically, the more powerful your membership site will be. If you don't understand your niche and you haven't done your niche research, you are never ever going to be able to run a successful membership site. Anybody who runs a successful membership site knows their niche and knows it very, very well. You also need to understand, where does your traffic come from? A lot of people set up a site and then don't understand how they get traffic to it. You need to understand, is your traffic coming from the search engines? Is it coming from referrals, affiliates? Where's it coming from? Understand it, and that's going to help you to maximize your revenue. If your information's out of date or boring, then that's a big mistake. A lot of people will put any old information on there, not thinking that their buyers are smart and they want decent quality information. So always make sure that you provide quality information that is interesting and relevant, and note those two words, to your buyers. If you don't do that, then you are going to struggle to run a decent membership site. A lot of people as well don't plan their membership sites in advance. They have no idea what content they're going to provide next week or next month. So it comes to it, and they sit there going, all right, what we're going to do? A decent membership site may well have a year's worth of content mapped out. May not be created, but it may well be all mapped out. And if you have it mapped out, then that means you know what you're doing, and when it comes down to it and you're sitting there thinking, right, I now need to create, I need to deliver the content, you know what you're giving to them. It also means you can sell that to your list as you're marketing them. If you're active in gathering testimonials as well, that's going to help. A lot of people don't bother. They sit there and go, well, people that provide testimonials. Be active in it. Testimonials help your sales process. Look at your navigation menu. Is it clear and easy to find its way around? I've been to some membership sites and I've sat there and scratched my head and thought, I have no idea how to find the information I want. Where's my downloads? Where do I get this? Where do I get that? It's not clear. You have to make sure that your membership site makes it really, really obvious where to find the information that they've paid for. It's vital to do it, absolutely vital. So check your navigation menu and make sure it's clear and easy. Also, is the content you're adding content that your niche wants? Now, some people will add any old content thinking, well, at least I'm putting content in there, but that's not good enough. Your niche wants specific information, so you need to provide that to them. Don't, if you've got a site about dog training, don't start giving them information on how to look after their cats, because I'm telling you, they're going to leave in their droves if you do that. Now, another common mistake, and you'll be surprised how many marketers do this as well. If you have a free level of membership, many marketers won't actually bother selling the full membership to the free members, which is absolute madness. It really, really is. If you have free members, market to them and sell them the full membership. Not only that, sell them other products as well. They're there, market to them, use it to your advantage. Also, make sure you communicate with your members regularly. A lot of people run bad membership sites because they don't communicate with their members. the members don't know what's going on with the site, they don't know anything about what's going on. Communicate regularly with your members, and that's going to help, keep them happy. It's going to help build a relationship, and obviously it's going to help you. Always as well, make sure you get feedback from your members. That's going to help you immensely too. The feedback from your members can make a big difference in making sure you deliver to them what they actually want. But you need to also make sure you're focused on your niche. Again, a lot of people won't, and they're not 100% focused on the niche. They don't fully understand the niche, and so they run into problems when they try to deliver content for that niche. So, really focus on it and make sure that you give them exactly what it is that they want. But also be wary and be careful that you don't provide information that can easily be found. A lot of people will set up their membership sites and deliver any old rubbish. It can't be any old rubbish. It's got to be decent quality information that they can't find elsewhere. And another big mistake that people make, and this is again a common one, and it can bring down a membership site, is not delivering the content on time. So always make sure you deliver your content on time, and if you do that, you will do well. Now, these are the common mistakes that people will make when running a membership site. If you can avoid these, then it's going to make a big difference for you in the quality of your membership site and how much money you make from your members. So, when it comes down to it, think about all of these when you're creating your membership site and try your best to avoid as many as possible, because if you do, the chances are you can create a much more successful and therefore more profitable membership